Guru, everyone. I'm very happy to welcome back five-time world champion Antonio the Magic Man Tarver. How are you, my friend?
Man, I'm doing really well, man. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, mate. You're welcome. Well, first of all, congratulations on a very impressive knockout win over Jonathan Banks. How are you feeling after the win, mate?
I'm feeling real good, man. I mean, we worked real hard in training camp, and I was satisfied with my performance. You know, I got a solid heavyweight out there and basically put the whole world on notice, man, that I'm a serious threat in the heavyweight division. You know what I mean? I'm bringing the punching power with me. So, you know, I really look forward to the next year, man, 2015 coming up.
Okay, brilliant. Well, after the fight, it was quite clear. You you were full of confidence. You seem like your old self. Like the personality we've seen it over the previous years. Moving forward, like we spoke a lot last week when you were on about, how you think you're ready and the ingredients you say you've got. You showed a bit of that to us last week. What do you need? Who do you need to fight? Because obviously you're not going to get Klitschko straight away, or whoever the champion may be. In a couple of fights' time, who realistically, you're looking at who you can get a fight with and make a statement with, or do you even have a 2 or 3 fight plan at the beginning of the year?
Well, man, my whole thing is this, man. I mean, it's not like I have to reintroduce myself to the boxing world.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? They obviously know who I am. They obviously know my history.
Yeah.
And like I said, I just beat a credible heavyweight that only had 2 losses, and last time I checked, this is the same guy knocked out Seth Mitchell and derailed his momentum toward the heavyweight championship. So, I mean, the guy he was a legitimate heavyweight contender, and only had 2 losses on his record, and I had a dominating performance against him. So, I mean, that and not only is he the trainer of Vladimir Klitschko. So, if you're training a heavyweight champion of the world, you know some of that gonna rub off on you as a fighter because you're around the very best. You know what I'm saying? So it's only, iron gonna sharpen iron. So, like I said, man, I just came and prepared for the best Jonathan Banks ever, and knowing that he's from the Crump Boxing Gym, the famous Crump Boxing Gym in Detroit, knowing that he was a pupil of the great Emmanuel Stewart, and not only now training Vladimir Klitschko. So I felt like shit. I trained to fight the very best Jonathan Banks ever. And when I look at this man, he has a lot of potential, and he's a tough out for anybody. I just made it look that way because I was in supreme condition and I was sharp that night. I peaked. At night, at the night of the fight, I peaked. My defense was there, razor sharp, my speed, my punching power. Everything came together. So now I want to build on this momentum now, man. I'm not trying to have any more long layoffs. I'm trying to fight, the first quarter before March. So
okay,
it's my goal to get right back in the gym. And there's only one fight for me, man. There's only one fight for me right now at the stage that I'm at, and that's David Haye, man. I want to fight David Haye. I've been calling him out. I mean, I want to fight David Haye because it's a big fight. It's a fight that's a world fight, an international fight that people will be interested in. He's a smaller heavyweight, my size. He has a little bit of height advantage. He's younger, and he's a power puncher, man. So that's the statement I want to make. I want to make a statement against David Haye, and after I make that statement, then there's no doubting, who's supposed to be in the ring with Vladimir Klitschko. So, that's it for me. I fight him early March, mid to late March, and we have a big fight, and I win that fight. I move on and fight Vladimir Klitschko. I'm done. I'm 46 years old, man. I ain't got time to be wasting with these cats, man.
Okay.
I got to get mine right now, and that's the shortest cut. That's the quickest way I know how to get there. It's not David Haye out in the UK.
Okay, so you want to do it? You want to do it over here, yeah?
Yeah, UK, man. That's the only place the fight can be done at. Don't nobody know David Haye in America.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Well, he is.
I mean,
there was some rumours that he was signing with. Like, I know he's out. He had been out there a couple of months ago doing some.
I know he's training. He's training in the gyms and all that, but that ain't like coming over here to fight.
Yeah, well, he's not fighting anywhere at the moment.
If you want to fight in America, let's fight in America. Man, we can fight anywhere, me and David. Hey, that fight can sell in California, Vegas, or New York. It don't matter. We can fight anywhere. But, I mean, I've been at the man. I've already called him out on Twitter and shit. He see me talking, but he won't recognize it, though, because he knows if he recognizes it, he's going to have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So he just rather stay mute on the matter. But that's a good fight, man.
Yeah,
that's a good fight. And when you look at the fact that there's only 3 names that's right now that I think is still, you know, relevant and valuable in the game of boxing from the '96 Olympics. The whole '96 Olympics of those bright boxing amateur stars. There's only 3 names that resonate right now. That's Mayweather, Klitschko, and Tarver. Only 3 names left that's out there from the '96 Olympic team where they had the great superstars of amateur boxing. Only 3 names still left, and me and Klitschko, we heavyweights. I mean, that fight right there really shows who was by far, if not one, you know, one of the greatest amateur boxers from that class of '96. It ain't but 3 names out there: me, Mayweather, and Klitschko. So Tarver and Klitschko from the same Olympic team, man. Shit, that's a natural fight. That's a real live Rocky movie right in front of your face. You know what I mean? Shit, Klitschko and Tarver, man, that's a big fight. That's a big fight right now. So that's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to make big things happen in boxing.
Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to accomplish amazing goals and feats in boxing. That's become the oldest heavyweight champion in the history of boxing. That's my goal, and that to defeat Vladimir Klitschko. So, but up first, I need David Haye to step to the plate and come on, accept the challenge, and let's give the people a great fight, man. A fight that means something. And that's a big fight in boxing that the people, the purists, and the fans would love to see from England, from the UK to America. It's a big fight, man, and that's what I want to bring to boxing, big fights.
Okay, so obviously David's no one, like, he did say he was gonna, after the Froch Groves fight, you know, the big one at Wembley, Froch Groves 2 last summer. He did say, oh, if I was a betting man, I would bet on myself being back in the ring by October, November. We're now in December, fastly moving into January. So if David Haye doesn't come back, or, you know, you can't get that, have you got a second choice to go and get Klitschko? You know, who else?
Well,
who else would you see as the gatekeeper to Klitschko if you were?
Well, I wouldn't say no gatekeeper, but I see a lot of names out there. You know, Tyson Fury, a big guy. You know, something like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but, he's mandatory for his WBO belt. So yeah, if you beat him, yeah, you would be. You'd have a more than credible claim. Well, you'd be mandatory because it'd probably be turned into a WBO eliminator of some sort. But there have been some people talking, because, you know, there were some people who weren't taking you seriously before you fight on Thursday, commentators included, and you seem to turn them round. The commentators a bit more, you know, after a very good performance. What else do you feel you have to do to make people know this is serious? You know, like.
Well, you know what, man. I think with the respect these fighters are giving me, it's really nothing I need to do, man. But continue to be me, you know. And I got some good people behind me in my corner right now, and they know my wishes, and they're going to try to do everything to secure the opportunity that I need to really make a big splash before I retire, you know, and get out of the game of boxing.
Yeah. So this is like you just want the quickest route to the world title and then you're going to say goodbye. Obviously, you do work with your son.
Man, once I accomplish that, man, I don't know. I can truly say I've accomplished everything I wanted to in boxing. So I don't know what is there else to accomplish after that. So I've been beating Vladimir Klitschko with Trump, knocking out Roy Jones. So, and that's what I want to do. I want to do something that nobody believes I can do, and put another feather in my cap, and be a 3-division champion, and they'll never be able to doubt my greatness again. You know.
Okay, mate. Well, fair enough. Well, I really admire the ambition. What if one thing I did want to ask you, do you think obviously Klitschko's due to fight Brian Jennings. There's a good chance, if you did get yourself in a position to fight Klitschko, he may lose the belt before then. Do you feel Vladimir Klitschko has much competition out there, or credible competition out there other than yourself?
Yeah. I mean, he does. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm the only one out there that can give him a good fight.
Yeah, okay, mate.
But I just think I have some intangibles that a lot of other fighters just don't have. And one is experience. There's not a heavyweight out there that has walked through my shoes, other than Vladimir Klitschko, that has had the type of success that I have in boxing. Those other fighters haven't had that type of success. They don't know how to win at that level because they never have. You know what I mean? So it's foreign to them. And, none of those guys have my experience either, man. Like, I've been around a long time, man. I'm a throwback fighter. I can say I have, in my era, I can say that because my era has changed since then, since I started boxing. But it's just one thing that I'm still here after so many years. I'm still here, and I still can fight, man. That's the beauty of it all,
Okay, man.
So I showed that the other night. So if you count on an old man to show up to the fight, and you signed up for the wrong fight. If you're expecting an old, slow 46-year-old man to be walking around in the ring and you just taking pot shots at him, you signed up for the wrong fight. You know what I'm saying? You better know that you're in the ring with a legend, that a man that has had 5 times been to the mountaintop. I'm used to winning, and I've never been defeated in the ring. I've lost in the ring, but I've never been defeated. You see what I'm saying? I'm not a shot fighter. I'm not a has-been. Who knows? I might peak at the heavyweight division. I might have some of my biggest fights at the heavyweight division because I can see myself beating Vladimir Klitschko and David Haye. So who knows? I might peak and become a better fighter right now today because if you ask me, shit, I didn't even get hit in the fight. And that man was in there trying to knock my head off. My skill level, my skill set is far and beyond these guys could ever imagine. So, fighting me, they got to get lucky. They got to get lucky and knock me out. Something that ain't never been done before. I ain't saying that it can't be done. I'm saying it ain't been done yet. So I like my chances if they think they're going to beat me round for round, outbox me. How? How you going to outbox somebody if you're not on that level of experience? I done seen it all. I done seen it all. I mean, they can't show me nothing. I beat Roy Jones Jr. Come on, man. What the hell are they going to show me I haven't seen before? Nothing. So I bet you I can show their ass something they ain't seen before. I bet you when I step in front of their ass, it's going to be foreign. They ain't seen no southpaw like that. Fast and quick and can change a fight with one punch. While they around here sleeping and batting their eyes, it can be over with. So my whole thing is I like my position. And they ain't gonna change my mind until somebody beat me. And I just don't see it. So I'm back, man. The Magic Man is back.
Okay.
They thought I was going somewhere. I'm just getting started.
Okay. Well,
this is the rebirth. This is the rebirth of the Magic Man.
myself and I'm sure many others are very excited. I wanted to just touch on something you said there. Like, obviously, you've been in the game a long time. You say a lot of things have changed in boxing. What things, what things have changed, other than fighters, you've said about people trying to sort of pick their fights and things like that. What else do you think has changed significantly, excuse me, for bad or worse in boxing?
Well, I mean, boxing right now, it's changed because it used to be the most enjoyable, sought-after sport, man. Everybody wanted to box, you know what I mean? But right now, I mean, it's definitely a worldwide sport. You got a lot of foreigners, a lot of, guys from the UK, Philippines. You got a lot of guys making big splashes in boxing. It's not a sport that's just dominated by Americans anymore, you know what I mean? So you got a lot of young fighters out there like GGG and guys making real push for, fighters of the year and pound for pound. So it's a universal sport right now, man. But it's still a great sport of boxing, man. And I love it. I love it. But, the landscape. I mean, the landscape has changed. You got a guy that's a welterweight dominating the business of boxing,
Yeah.
So usually that was the heavyweight champion. It was the heavyweight champion's job and his responsibility to carry boxing and all that. So, things have changed. You got the smaller guys now dominating the pay-per-view, the box office, and everything else. So we gotta make people want to fall back in love with knockouts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what the heavyweights got to do: start laying their ass on the line and thrilling and really giving these people what they want. That's knockouts, man. Beautiful knockouts. Big guys getting knocked out. That's what it's all about.
Well, there's another fight, there's a big fight coming up. Well, it's just been confirmed, I believe. Deontay Wilder against Bermane Stiverne for the WBC heavyweight title. Have you had your eye on those two by any chance?
Oh yeah. That's going to be a good fight while it lasts, man.
Yeah.
I think one of those guys come out. And really, stamp their name in the division and really put the world on notice that, hey, we got a fresh new face in boxing, in the heavyweight division. That, hey, the WBC champion, that's a big belt. That's a big belt right there.
Yeah.
That's the famous green belt.
Yeah, it's almost the belt, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One of those guys gonna come out and really cement their name as, hey, I'm out here with the top echelon of the game. Now the winner of that fight becomes a valuable piece of the puzzle. A valuable piece of the puzzle.
Who do you see winning that?
Man, I mean, I can give you an opinion. I'm not gonna make no prediction. But my opinion is that, if Wilder come out smoking and using that reach and really dictating the position of the fight and boxing from a range, outside range and is effective with his power shots, I see him stopping Bermane early. But I see that fight also, Wilder having some really good moments early, but the longer that fight goes, third round, fourth round, fifth round, the longer that fight goes, I like Bermane Stiverne to stop Wilder late. So that's what I predict. If it's an early stoppage, maybe the first 2-3 rounds, I like Wilder. If it gets the further the fight goes, 4, 5, 6, 7, I like Bermane, but I like somebody getting knocked out. I don't see that fight going 12 rounds.
Okay, mate. All right, brilliant. Great to get your thoughts on that. Also another thing, while we're talking about heavyweights in the division, you talk about being a southpaw yourself. Did you see? I know we did speak about the fight before, and you didn't say it was the greatest matchup, Derek Jazora versus Tyson Fury. But what did you make of Tyson Fury switching to a southpaw stance?
Man, I mean, Tyson, he really didn't seem like he know what he wanted to do in there. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, it really wasn't. It didn't seem like anything was designed. I think he had a limited fighter that was in front of him.
Yeah.
And there's only so much the Shore could do because, you know, his footwork wasn't good at all. He didn't seem like he had a game plan or nothing. So he had a limited fighter in front of him and a basic fighter. So he used what he could use, his reach. And he was throwing punches and stuff. He was letting his hands go. It didn't look like he knew what direction he wanted to go in the fight. Meaning, like, if he could have knocked him out, he wouldn't even know how to get him out of there. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do enough to get the man out of there. You know, all that talking and building up to a fight, and then you don't go in there and you don't knock the guy out. I mean, you just doing a lot of talking. You know, I didn't see Tyson Fury get vicious one time in the fight, where he wanted to do bodily harm. You know, that's the type of, if I fight Tyson Fury, I'm going to do bodily harm to that big, tall motherfucker. You hear me? I'm going to do bodily harm. They weren't trying to hurt nobody. It didn't look like neither one of them was trying to hurt each other. One scared and the other one was glad of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. You do all that talking, you're supposed to go knock somebody out. Dig in the dirt and go get the job done. They just be talking, man. They don't mean what they say.
Okay, well, brilliant. Well, while we're talking about, what do you think of Anthony Joshua, Olympic gold medalist 2 years ago? He's currently 10-0. Do you know much about him?
Yeah, man, I've been following the young guy's career, man. I think he's on the right path, man. I think he has a lot of ability. I mean, I think in another year or two, he's going to be a dominant force in the heavyweight division. I mean, looks like he has the goods. You know, he's great size, you know, power, body looks good. You just got to, you know, get the experience that come along with boxing. You can't get experience unless you go through it. So he just got to pay his dues right now. And, you know, but I think the worst thing they could do is try to rush that guy up there into a big fight or something, you know. And even with any of these guys that are really punching, I mean, you know, he need to take his time and just let him grow in the right manner, in the proper way. I mean, don't get greedy, try to rush the guy too fast, because you can really ruin a young fighter by, you know, overmatching him right now. I mean, even though I'm sure he's going to be able to fight and give anybody a good fight, but it's just different levels of experience, and just got to take your time with a young talent like that. But I think his future is very bright. Okay. You know, I think his future is very bright.
Cool. He's fighting Kevin Johnson in the end of January. Do you think that's a good fight for him at this stage?
Yeah, right now when Kevin Johnson's at in this fight, that's a good fight. That'd be a good test for him at this stage. You know what I mean? It'd be a good test for him.
Okay, brilliant. Well, finally, mate, I just wanted to just ask how you know, what's going to be the plans now? Obviously, you got a bit of a Christmas period, or are you straight back in the gym? Are you looking? Are you just working very hard to get the right fight to get you the world title? Is that sort of? Yeah,
we're gonna make a real push to get David Haye very soon. That's my goal. If not, you know, there's other names out there, but I mean, you asked me what fight I want. That's the fight I want. You know, I might fight somebody in the meantime, but that's the fight I want before moving on into the Vladimir Klitschko fight. I want to beat David Haye, so it'd be no question that I'm deserving of that fight, and that I'm amongst the very best heavyweights in the world today.
Okay, brilliant, mate. Well, thank you so much for coming back on, mate. It's been great to have you back on. All our listeners will be very pleased. We'd all like to wish you a good Christmas period, and all the best in your quest, mate. And hopefully we'll catch up with you with some good news from your side. Okay, that sounds good, man. Do me a favor. Just let everybody know at the end of that, you know, I got my new logo up. If you go on my social media, you can see it. My new logo, what we're pushing right now, we just launched it on the 11th. And also follow me on social media at Antonio Tarver, man. I got really entertaining IG page. My Twitter is mostly my business, and Facebook is mostly my personal. So, I mean, that's how we doing it. But at Antonio Tarver, you can follow me on all social media. I have a beautiful website,
the official AntonioTarver.com. Man, that's a real nice website. Go check it out and actually get a little bit of my sports line that I'm creating, my sports line.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, so yeah, you can purchase those online too on my website. So
excellent, mate.
Go ahead, get your Team Tarver gear.
Excellent. Yeah, well, I will do. I'm sure lots of other people will as well. Well, all the best, mate, and take care of yourself. All right.
Hey man, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.
You're more than welcome. Look, take care.
All
Cheers,
right,
man.
All right, bye-bye.